It doesn't have to be a masterpiece, Ariadne.
No, no. Better take my time. Last one looked like it had had a stroke.
How are we doing, girls? Grand, grand. Sharp now, the children are arriving. You will stay for the party, Mrs. Oliver?
Well, I'm not feeling too well.
Won't go on long. You know what children are like. They get so giddy. That suit you? Excellent, first rate. They'll be thrilled to meet you, I'm sure. Well, must get on. Time's winged what's it, eh?
Rather a force of nature, Mrs. Drake.
Hmm.
It's very good of you to muck in like this, Ariadne. And your talk tomorrow.
Oh, well, I've been meaning to have a word with you about that, Judith. I'm not feeling too clever.
I hope you've not picked up Miranda's cold. Such a shame she couldn't come to the party. She was so looking forward to it.
Too.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Which followed President Roosevelt's speech earlier on today. That is the end of the news.
Are you sitting comfortably?
No.
No? Good. We wouldn't want that, would we? Not on a dark and stormy night like this one.
She'll have to keep an eye on you, Mrs. Oliver. There'll be no apples left to bob with.
My besetting sin, I'm afraid. I can't resist them.
All this must have set Mrs. Drake back a bob or two.
The year's on the turn, Vicar. Must we freeze yet again?
Alas, I'm afraid the heating at St. Wulfric's packed up ages ago. Maybe you should try wearing an extra woolly.
It's all right for you in that cassock, but you're got up like Scott of the bloody Antarctic under that lot.
Oh, bless you.
I do beg your pardon.
No, it's my fault. I'm always in the way. Mrs. Reynolds, local marshal.
Frances, did you ask Cook to soak the raisins?
Of course I did, Ma.
Do pace yourself, darling.
Sun's well over the yard arm, mother mine. Come on, Edmund. Lend a hand for God's sake.
I'm rather absorbed as it happens. Roderick Usher has just found his sister bricked up. We have put her living in the tomb. It's awfully good.
Well, I'm more concerned with the fall of the House of Drake at the moment, so stir your stumps.
No!
Joyce Reynolds, you duffer! What do you think you're doing?
Sorry, miss, I'm sure.
That's all right.
Look at the poor pumpkin.
Joyce, smash the pumpkin. Joyce, smash the pumpkin.
Go and boil your head, Leopold.
Find out, Joyce.
Who's next? Patience, Kathy, patience.
In a minute.
Everyone get a turn.
Leave that, Mrs. Reynolds. The party's not over yet. You enjoy yourself.
Oh, I don't mind. I like to help out.
All right. Who's next?
Mrs. Drake says you're a writer, one who does the murder stories.
Yes,
You must make a lot of money out of it.
a bit.
That's not very polite, is it, Joyce?
And you have a detective who's a Finn, haven't you?
Sven Hesson.
Why a Finn?
I've often wondered.
I saw a murder once.
Don't be silly, Joyce.
I did? Oh, really?
Of course you didn't see a murder. Don't say such foolish things, dear. Has everyone had a go at the apples, Vicar?
Victoria,
I did see a murder. I did. What kind of murder, you ridiculous creature?
She's making it up. Again.
I'm not. I saw one.
We're going to play Snapdragon next. It's great fun.
It wasn't really till a long time afterwards, I mean, that I began to realise it was a murder I saw.
It's more a Christmassy thing, isn't it?
Well, we Drakes always played at Halloween.
Why didn't you go to the coppers then? Because I didn't know at the time that it was a murder.
Is that the one where you pluck fruit out of a bowl or something?
Yes, that's right. Raisins soaked in liquor.
Yeah.
A bit like Francis.
Ha ha.
Then set fire to. In the dark.
Of course, now I'm older, I know that it was a murder I saw.
Utterly potted. When was all this supposed to have happened?
Years ago. I was quite young at the time.
You're young now, you nit.
Who murdered whom?
Oh, I shan't tell any of you now. You're all so beastly.
Poor Miranda. She's missing a smashing party.
God, Shockback?
Who's there? What is it, Miss Whittaker?
It's what I saw. It's just the wind, I expect.
Feeling of sick dread came over me as
as I gazed upon that dreadful countenance and that obscene parody of a human face. Even as I watched, his bloodshot eyeball began to roll down the livid green skin. Fool! He hissed. Insect.
Not enjoying it, sir?
It is the subject matter, George. It is distasteful. Poirot, he has seen much evil in this world. He should not be the subject of such mockery.
Oh, it's just a bit of fun, sir. I love a good blood curdler, me. And very appropriate for the time of year.
George, at this time of year in Belgium, it is the custom to light the candles in memory of the dead, not to tell the stories macabre.
I grieve for your carpet, Mrs. Drake. There's water everywhere. It'll set you back quite a bit to get it spruced up.
Oh, it's old Vicar, not to worry.
Now what?
Jehovah's Witnesses?
It's Halloween for young and old. Now, who would like their fortune told?
All the bells and whistles, I see. Woodley Common's very own witch.
Ma won't like this. Mrs. Goodbody was certainly not invited.
Mummy? Yes, dear, very good. You should be in films. Now, come along. We don't want any unpleasantness in front of the children. Now, come along.
No, but I want to stay. Come along. For the kiddies. For the kiddies.
Everybody ready now. Come along.
Yes, come on, into the parlour. Come on now.
Snapdragon time. That's it. Quick, quick.
Take care, don't take too much. Be not greedy in your clutch. Snip, snap, dragon. With his blue and lapping tongue, many of you will be stung. Snip, snap, dragon. All he snaps at all that come, snatching at his feast of plums. Snip, snap, dragon. In comes the flaming bolt.
Shut the door.
Snip, snap, dragon.
Oh, dear, you're drenched. What a clumsy thing you must think.
No, it can happen to us all.
You mustn't let the children run about in their stocking feet. I'll get a brush. Mrs. Baker? Very well, everyone, that's your last go. Oh, yes. Come along now. It's 10 o'clock. It's way past most of your bedtimes. Time to go home now. Come along now. Home, home. Would you all be dears and round up the little waifs and strays? Some of the older ones gravitate to the cloakrooms and what have you. Whatever for?
What have you, I should think.
Has anyone seen my Joycey?
I'll do a head count.
Hercule Poirot speaks.
Oh, thank God you're in.
My friend, Ariadne.
Yes, it's me.
But you are breathless. What is the matter? Something has upset you?
Upset me? Dear God, I shall never be able to look at another apple again.
Glorious, isn't it?
Wait. The leaves are like gold.
No, I meant the mucky old window and the dusty seats, the pervasive odour of Capstan Navy cut and schoolboy socks.
I see you've been out of England some little time, monsieur.
Fresh off the boat, from Athens. Superb. But I do miss the old country. Heading far?
Woodley Common?
Me too. Oh, very nice. Yes, I lived there, as a matter of fact.
Indeed.
Mm.
For how long, may I ask?
About 3 years. Yes. Came to do a garden, never left. So it's what I do, gardens, creation thereof. Very beautiful part of the world. Michael Garfield.
Hercule Poirot?
Oh, well. Yes,